If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. No, wait. It's free. There's creation tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. No, wait, did you hear me? It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Well, it's about to go down today on Grace Talks. You've tuned in to a very, very special episode. Do you know the definition of motivation? The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. How about this definition? The general desire or willingness of someone to do something. That may not mean much to you right now, but on today's episode, it will change your life. Stay tuned. Welcome, guys. Thank you for tuning in once again to Grace Talks. I am T. Kay is not with us today. I want you to keep her in your prayers. She's experiencing a family emergency, so let's just lift her up and think about her in your prayer time, in your quiet time. But today's episode is a very, very, very special one as we deal with motivation and inspiration. I just offer the question, who does not need inspiration? Who does not need motivation? With all the things that we're going through in life, dealing with upcoming presidential election, dealing with protests and racial injustice, and then, of course, dealing with the pandemic. Who in this time would not welcome some form of motivation? Well, tonight we have something very, very, very special for you. I have a recent recording that my financial mentor offered to the public, and it's revolutionizing people's lives. Let me just say that. And I felt it necessary to share it with you. So I got in touch with our financial mentor, and I said, hey, I need to share this with my audience. They need to hear what we were so privileged to hear. So on today, I hope that this recording will bless you as much as it blessed so many others across the world. So please, after you've heard it, make sure that you share it with someone, or even if you're listening to the podcast right now, why don't you share it with your friends, your family, your co-workers, your neighbors, even your enemies if you feel like it. It encompasses financial matters. It encompasses mental matters. It encompasses emotional matters. It deals with family matters. It deals with everything that's connected to personal, professional, family, ministry, anything you can think about that you have to connect to your life, your business, your purpose, your goals, the way you've thought in the past, the way you're thinking right now, the way you desire to think, the way you desire to feel. This episode is for you. So sit back and enjoy Dr. Raphael Spiller.
How many of you need a move right now? How many of you need some right now action in your business, or right now action in your finances, or right now action in your relationships? How many want to see quantum leaps in relationships? You want to be immediately thrust into the network where you are accessing people that you need to know that's critical to your success. You're going to want to stay tuned tonight for these next few minutes as I share some principles with you that I have used, that I'm still using, and yet have not mastered because it's an everyday practice to destroy paradigms that I've received. Can I tell you this? Write this down. Write this down. You were born rich. The problem was you were raised poor. I want you to get what I just said. And that's where we will begin philosophically. Philosophically, that's where we'll begin. I want to start from that premise. You were born rich. The problem with many of us is that we were raised poor. These poor choices create what psychologists call mental paradigms. These paradigms, these mental paradigms, are what dictate how we think, how we feel, what we expect, what we believe. See, if I were to tell you that you would be a millionaire, those words, though they would encourage you, they would not increase you. I could talk all day long and tell you that you're going to be a millionaire. And you can confess back with me, as many of you have, as part of your religious practices. You too have made confessions and affirmations. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to be rich. But then there is a disconnect somewhere between confession and manifestation. And that's where I was at a pivotal place in my life where I could not understand why I'm making these confessions, but I was not experiencing the manifestation of the confession, because just like I could confess it, I could also curse it. And I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the dynamics of language, linguistics, chords, vocal cords, vibrations, coagulation, all of those different things that come together to create the lifestyle that you want, to create the things that you want. One of the things that you're going to find out as we begin in this series, I'm going to start on you, your environment is so fragile when you're in a belief environment. You got to be so careful who you let to come in. It is so combustible that the smallest word could ignite and destroy everything that you were expecting and believing. You're going to understand atmospheric belief. When I talk about atmospheric belief, vibratory belief. When I talk about vibratory belief, just being in the environment with people that believe, and how a whole bunch of people, if they're believing for the same thing at the same time, are able to allow great things to happen at accelerated levels. So now, how many of y'all still hear me? Somebody said the sound went out. Y'all still hear me? Talk to me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right, everybody's hearing me. All right, so now we're going to talk about this. You were born rich, right? You were born rich, raised to be poor. Our choices are not our choices. What if I told you the decisions you make today are not your decisions? They're really precursors of generations that existed before you. And the choice that you actually think is freedom is not really your choice, but choices that were predetermined for you, watch this, by the environment that you were raised in. You don't know why you choose the person you choose, or why you choose the job you choose, or why you choose the career you choose, right? You don't even understand that most things are cultural and traditional, and these things become paradigms. So you'll see the mother's a teacher, the daughter's a teacher, but the grandmother was a teacher. How do you have career professions that follow your bloodline? That's all cultural, traditional. Policeman. Why is everybody in the family a cop? Or you understand what I'm saying? That sometimes the choice that you make is not even your choice. It's a direct result of where you're raised, how you're being raised. Who raised you is why you choose what you choose right now. You're making the same choices oftentimes that parents made. Very rarely do you find someone who slips out of the paradigm and begin to make choices on their own. Today's mindset mentoring is about how to create these interruptions in existing paradigms so that you can start building new paradigms and start in these new paradigms creating worlds or experiences that you want to have. Once I found out that the reason why I was in what I was in was because of what I was thinking, I then knew I needed to change what I was thinking. So let me give you something from many of you who are religious, a scriptural premise, right? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. In the Arabic, the word heart there, Greeks use the word cardia, but that's not what he's talking about. He's not talking about from a cardiovascular standpoint. The word heart there, though the heart has many chambers, he's speaking to the mind. The mind has many chambers as well. And inside of those many chambers are many hidden thoughts, hidden ideas, hidden personalities, hidden traits that you don't even know is there, hidden over time. I need you to understand this and catch this so you can get this. Because once I start shifting, I realize I have to destroy all of those things that I put up as truths, especially if those truths did not generate results. Now here's where we start. How many of y'all are ready to get started? Uh-oh, here it is. How many of y'all ready to get started? Type in number 2 if you're ready to get started. Here it goes. How many of y'all ready? Type in number 2 if you're ready to get started. Here it goes. Number 1, if you're ready for change. Write this down. If it is a current practice that is not generating the desired results, you must stop now. That's it. You want to know where my change started? Right there. I knew you wanted to be deep. I'm not going to be deep. I'm just going to be reasonable. See, that's where my change started. My change started when, listen to me, I began accounting my life. I looked at existing practices and I asked myself the question, how long have I been doing this? Has it worked? If it's not working, why should I continue to do it? I need to ask you all who are here with me tonight. How many of you are in current practices that are not going to bring the desired results? Let me stop right there. All right. If you're on a job.
Do you need to share this?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Sure.
What screen
You're
am I sharing?
Your Facebook.
I am sharing it, but where? Oh, over here. Let me lower it. How about that? It's pretty cool now. Millionaire TV. Thank you. That's pretty cool. All right, thank you. Doc, we can barely hear you again. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm talking loud. I'm talking loud up here, right?
Yeah.
All right. I can hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds good. All right. All right. So where am I at now? What I was talking about. All right, let's get into it. So if it wasn't a result, if there were no results, I can't do it. If there were no results, I can't do it. I want you to look at your current practices right now. Anything that you're engaged in, what takes the majority of your time? Whatever's taking the majority of your time, if you want to start rebuilding, whatever's taking the majority of your time right now, whatever takes the majority of the time, here's the question. Is it going to give me my desired results 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then why is it getting so much of your time and participation? Let me tell you why. The reason why it's doing it is because you have responsibilities. And responsibilities is watch this now. Responsibilities becomes the abortion to your potential. How do you say that? Responsibilities become the abortion of my potential. Because many of you hadn't wrote the book yet. How many of you haven't wrote the book because you have responsibilities? You're too tired to write. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. Come on, talk to me. How many of you can't really start the business because your hands are in too many different? I'm just trying to show you why your faith is not manifesting your desires. It's not manifesting your desires. It's because you're not in a current area that's going to produce those desires. See, it's not going to work if it's not working. Was that deep? If it's not working, guys, we have to come to the conclusion that it's not working. And I know that may sound simple, but I'm telling you how many people are in a predicament right now because they're not asking themselves this question. Is it working? I'm asking, is it working? Is what you're doing right now, is it working? Is it going to get you any closer to where you want to be in the next 5 years or so? Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? If it is not working, I want you to hear me right now. If it is not working, if it is not working for you, then why does it have your practice? Responsibilities. How many of you are in that position right now? You can't start the business. You haven't wrote the book. You can't do what you love. You have no time for this. You have no time for that because whatever's taking the majority of your day is stripping you from working in an area where you love or where you desire. How many of you want to get rid of the thing that's not working for you? Lift your hand. And then type in the number 3. How many of you want to get rid of the thing that's not working for you? Come on. If it's not working for you, type in the number 3. Dr. Spiller, damn it, this is not working. This will be very transparent. Spiller, this is not working.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Now, guys, do you know where you start? In that confession. You start in the confession of saying, this isn't working. I want all of you who are ready to type that in. I want to connect this kinesthetically. I want you to type in, this is not working. Come on. You have to be honest. Come on. No, come on, let's be honest. Come on. You've given a lot of your time. This is not working. You have to confess it. You got to type it. You got to text it. You got to write it. You got to say it. You got to say it. You got to look kinesthetically. You got to start coming into agreement with yourself that if I give more of my time to this, I'm not going to get any closer to where I want to be. This is not working for me. Look at all the people who are typing. This is not working for me. Wow. I want you to see all the people. Wow. Come on, let's just, now I want you to take an honest assessment. People ask me, Spiller, how did you shift in 2016? I had to take an honest assessment and I had to say, Spiller, this isn't working. You can't pay your bills. You can't take care of your family. You're not putting groceries on the table. RJ, I wasn't doing it. I wasn't providing. Come on, this is not working for me. Who else? Who's coming to the altar tonight? Who's coming to the proverbial religious altar tonight? Who's going to confess it? This is not working for me. Now, let me tell you how you really know it's not working for you. If you can't leave it to your children, it's not working for you. Say it again. If you can't leave it to your children, if you can't leave it to your children, it's not working for you. Now, guys, doesn't matter what you see or what you say. A drastic change has to happen. And the first change happens when what happens? Let me tell you when drastic change happens. When you admit that something's wrong. Until you acknowledge that where you are is not where you want to be, God can't come in and fix it. God can't come in and change it. God can't come in and restore it. God can't come in and tear it up. God can't come in. Whatever you believe, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to shift. Nothing is going to change. Nothing, whether you believe in God or not. Nothing changes until you first come into the conscious awareness that if I give any more effort and any more time to this, I'm not going to be anywhere close to where I want to be. It is 2020, and you're in the same practice of 2018. It is 2020. You're in the same practice of 2018. The reason why people don't want mentorship is because mentorship makes you confess that you're average. Mentorship makes you confess that your life sucks. Mentorship makes you confess you're not giving it your all. Mentorship makes you confess you could do better. Mentorship makes you examine what you've hidden. Mentorships make you look at and say to yourself, God, I've settled. The reason why people don't want mentorship is because they don't want to be checked. No one wants someone looking over their shoulder saying the job could have been better. No one wants someone looking over their shoulder saying, you could have went a little bit harder. See, we only want a spotter when we're working out. We only want a spotter when we're pushing weight. What do you mean? What do you mean we only want a spotter? See, we want a spotter in our convenience. We want a spotter when we get ready to lift heavy. You didn't hear what I said. We want a spotter when we get ready to lift heavy. We want a spotter when we decide to go hard, when we decide to push ourselves. And this is the reason why many are not succeeding, because they don't understand the purpose of mentorship to come in and shake up your world, to make you examine some things and say, I'm not there and I want to be there. I'm not any closer where I want to be and I want to be there. How many of you believe you deserve the best this life has to offer? Type in the number 4. Come on, doggone it. If you believe you deserve the best this world has to offer, type in the number 4. Where are my 4s? 4, the number of direction. And when you type in the number 4, I just want you to understand that you're opening portals from every direction to start feeding things into you. I'm telling you, 4, north, south, east, and west, things are going to. Now, listen, if I didn't have no money, I wouldn't be able to speak it. But if I can't impart nothing else, I know I can impart some financial energy in your direction. And sometimes energy is just in your acknowledgement of where you are. Typing in that number 4 is releasing some of you philosophically right now. A paradigm is breaking right now just when you confessed it. When you type the number 4, you broke a paradigm. When you type it's not working, we were breaking paradigms. See, you understand that from a neurolinguistic standpoint, I've been programming you. I've been programming you subconsciously just to acknowledge that where you are is not where you want to be. I've been doing this the whole time. I've been rehearsing you. That's why the number 4 is further steps of digging you out of the proverbial hole that you put yourself in when you went to school. When you said went to school, yeah. Kinder, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th pre-programmed you for average. It's my job to program you by deprogramming you. But to deprogram you, I got to reprogram you with the supernatural. But the supernatural starts here. The power to think and believe. I cannot get you to a level to have faith until I break paradigms that limits are your curses. Any curse that you put on yourself is the limit that you see yourself. That's why when we say the word T-R-Y, we have to do 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups is a part of our culture here in the Forex family. Why? Because T-R-Y, I will not say it because I don't feel like doing push-ups right now, is a curse word in our culture. That's cursing when you do that word. Yeah. When you do that word, yeah, you curse any and all potential. We don't T-R-Y anything. We do everything. Guys, I cannot get you to believe at a supernatural level. And if you do any research of any big believer, any big doer, any big achiever, I'm going to tell you that faith was a primary component to why they got to that next level. I'm going to tell you that any big achiever is a dreamer. And dreamers don't have limits. But I cannot get you to dream until I get you to start coming out of the box, the proverbial box. How many of you heard me give the story about the box and how the box plays a vital role in the psychological warfare the rich play on the poor? If you ever do a study on the psychological warfare the rich play on the poor, you understand that Plato was the first who came out with the paradigm whereby he explained the box philosophy. He says, if you look at the pyramids in Egypt, the pyramids are triangular in shape, but are box in base. And from the box in base, he understood that every structure that's built has to be built on a box. This is Plato, who said every structure that must be built upon a box. You cannot build it unless it's built upon a box. Hear to my words. You cannot build it unless it's built upon a box. Pyramids have to be built on boxes. Every economic structure in a capitalist society is based upon the pyramid. The pyramid is the foundation. What is the foundation of the pyramid? The square. When you're born, your mother's laying on a square when she gives birth to you. When they take you out of your mother, they put you inside of a square, wheel you in a room with other babies who are laying inside of the squares, and you sit inside of that square while you're waiting for your mother to come back and get you. So the nurse wheels you back out, wheels you to your mother takes you out of the bed to hold you. But where's your mother holding you? She's laying on a square. Where does she place you? Back in the square. Now, when you're driving back home, where's your house? Oh, your house is on a piece of property. What is your tract the size of? Oh, guess what? It's a square. Well, when your mom comes in, she's going to lay you in the bed. What is the bed? A square. Where does the kid lay? In a crate, in a crib that is a square. And if you're black, your crib usually had bars. Leave that alone. Let's go on. So then now you move from that box to the next box. The next box is the school box. So you're in the school box. Look at the school. Look inside the classroom. What's inside the classroom? Your desk made of squares. You write on a square. The blackboard is a square. Is it not a square? It's not a box. This is not a box. The classroom is a box. The door, box. Boxes everywhere. Now, see, you can't fly in a box, right? That's why planes are not shaped in a box. But you can put box seats on a plane. Let's keep going, Dr. Spiller. Let's understand the box and why you can't believe at supernatural levels, because you don't understand that you've been boxed in. Well, let's keep taking the box. So for 13 years, you were in a box. You were in a box called a classroom, and you sat in the classroom for 13 years. And in that box for 13 years, you didn't get paid. You were taught to be still and learn things that are not going to get you rich, but make you employable. But you learned it in a box. So for 12 years, you sat in a box and you didn't get paid. 13 years, you sat in a box and didn't get paid. A box. You sat in that box for 13 years. You didn't make a dime for 13 years. You didn't learn anything. They didn't even give you a skill. You didn't get a skill for 13 years. You sat in a box for 13 years. You didn't get a skill. They gave you squares to put in holes. They taught you algebra. You would need geometry. What the hell you need geometry for? How many of you use the Pythagorean theorem right now? None of you use the Pythagorean theorem, but they gave you an F for it. Some of you, if you grew up in a black household, that F came with chastisement. Some of you were punished for stuff you don't even use today. History, that ain't real history. And you did all of this sitting in a box for 13 years. We got you in a box, boo. A box. So then you graduate from that box. Then you go to work. Where do you work at? Okay, well, let's pause before we go to work. Let's deal with the school. So now you graduate from school, you go to college. 4 more years in a what? In a box. But in them 4 years, in that same box, you get a loan. You get a loan in that box. You get a loan in the box. And for 4 years, they told you when you get this, for 4 years, they told you when you get this. For 4 years, they told you when you get this. For 4 years, you're going to be okay. We're going to give you a piece of paper. What is your degree in? And what is the size of the dimensions of your degree?
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
I wonder why your diploma is in a box. Oh, you think this is a game? Plato said that in order for it to be built, the foundation must have a square. And if it's built upon a square, then that pyramid can exist. A box. Can we go further? Can we go a little further? Okay, so now, watch. You go to church, and it's still in a box. This is why Jesus had church outside. We'll leave that alone. They're not ready for that revelation, but let's keep going. So watch this. You're in college for 4 years. You go back for your master's, maybe 2 more. You still didn't get paid. Are you understanding how long you were in a box and didn't get paid? Your dorm room, the bed you sleep in, your tablet you write in, your computer screen, your television screen, every screen, your phone screen. Why aren't phones in a triangle rather than a box? Why are boxes all around you? Okay, now you graduate from college, you get a job. All right, you go to corporate America. You're in your office. A cubicle is in the shape of a box. Your office, no matter how prestigious you are, because you've been able to pop your collar at the family reunion about your office position. But Bo, can I tell you, you're still in a box. The windows in your office are boxes. Come on. Are you ready? Y'all ready for this? Let's see if you're ready, because I'm ready to get to the end. When you die, your casket is in a box. And when they bury you, they put you back in a box. I can't teach you faith because I can't get you out the box. I can't get you to believe because I can't get you out the box. You're going to come in here in a box. You're going to leave here in a box. They're going to bury you in a box. You, my brother, my sister, have been boxed in. And if you want to walk on this side of prosperity, the first thing you're going to have to do is look at where you are in life and say, I'm not there. This is not working. And I don't have another 10 years to give myself to this. My book still hasn't been written. Someone, can I talk to you today, needs to hear your story. Do you understand that you didn't go through that? Can I talk to you? Do you think you went through that for nothing? You think you went through depression for nothing? Betrayal, hurt? You think that life was going to end this way for you? Are you really serious? Listen. Even if death wanted to take you, even if you gave death permission, potential, push death off of you, because you cannot transition until you've been heard. That's not for everybody. I'm moving through the crowd and I'm talking to you, because that ain't for everybody. Everybody didn't catch what I just said, because nobody knows the hell that you're dealing with right now, but you know that shit. Excuse me. You know what's going on. I tried to go the whole thing without cussing, but shit, I didn't make it. That's twice. But you know what you've been going through. You know what you've been dealing with. You know. Nobody know like you. And I can't get you to walk in faith until I get you to recognize that you're better than where you are. That job don't define you. That Negro you with don't define you. That man you with, that woman you with, them kids, none of that defines you. You are an alpha, a lion among sheep. But I got to get you to see that your level is beneath you. I talk to my daughters. I could care less what you think about how I raise them. I tell my daughters, I'm very honest with them. I say, sweetheart, there are a couple of P's in your life that are very valuable. And I want you to guard those P's because those P's will lead you to prosperity. I teach my daughters that now, those P's. I won't give you all the P's because some of you may consider one or two profane, but one of them is personality. I say, sweetheart, listen, what is your personality worth? Somebody's going to pay you for that. What is your personality worth? Can I ask you a question? What are you worth? What are you worth? What are you worth? Another P, I told her, your potential. Sweetheart, listen, there's only one of you. God made one. He didn't make two. He made one. There's only one of you. Because you're so rare, what are you worth? There'll never be another Micaiah. There'll never be another Trinity. What are you worth? See, what I'm doing is I'm giving them value by showing them their difference. Can I speak to you now? You're not my daughter, you're not my son, and I wouldn't dare put that type of burden on you. But can I say this? What are your P's? What is your peace worth? How much is that worth? Because right now, some of you are losing that. And what I want to do is reorganize your mind for prosperity. But I can't until you believe a statement like this. I'm the best there is. I'm the best there was. I'm the best there'll ever be. Now, you may laugh at that and call that arrogant. When I was a little kid, I used to love pro wrestling. One of my favorite pro wrestlers of all time during that era was the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. I love Ric Flair because of his exuberance. I mean, it's just like the man. Ric Flair was the man during that time. But he was oftentimes considered the villain because of his attitude and personality, right? I mean, Ric Flair was the man. It was his aura. And so when he would step on the stage, the reason why I would like Ric Flair, when he step on the stage, so he would play this music, dun, 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 and then hit it, dun, and it would go doom, 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 doom. And I was just, who is this guy? And then the smoke would come out. He would come out in this glitter robe. He had this glitter robe on. And I was like, oh. And he always had this thing when he said, woo! See, that's too old school for you guys. This gray beard is when wrestling used to be real. But let me tell you this. That thing about Ric Flair, I never forget this as a kid. And I want to tell you this because this is where I'll end it. I was in the third grade. I think I start recognizing I like girls in the third grade. Who would have thought from G.I. Joe's with the Kung Fu grip to, oh my God, she's pretty. What is that? From, you ugly, I can't stand you, to, how many of y'all know what I'm talking about? I wish I had a guy in here who knew what I'm talking about. Is there a man in here? Come on, brothers. When did you first have that thing hit you when you realized, like, oh, wait. Well, hold on now, wait. Why do you look like that? What is it? Why am I staring at you? I wish I had me 50 brothers that would tell the truth and be like, and then the girl that you was like, why are you looking at me like that? And he can't really explain why he's, see, that's that testosterone that's kicked in. And in the third grade, I was fascinated with this young lady. I'll never forget. And obviously, during this particular time, I didn't think I was as attractive as I do right now. I mean, like right now, you can't tell me shit. Like, but back then, I didn't believe that I was attractive because she told me I was ugly. Can you believe that? This young lady in the third grade told me I was ugly. I mean, look at me. Can you believe? I'm serious. Like, bro, let me tell y'all something. One problem I don't have is I believe I'm beautiful. Now, here's the truth. You know how much therapy I went through to say those words. Most people don't know me. They don't know the depression, the dark side, the shadow. They don't know that. They see Spiller. He speaks with, and he talks with, and he. You don't know that in the third grade, I hid under my bed and wouldn't come out for days. You don't know that side of the story. Locking myself in rooms in dark and thinking that something was wrong with me. And to the point where you start hearing voices and those voices start becoming real. So you don't know how deep a person can go into that devalue stage. And then there's nothing that can be said to bring you out of that when you've already convinced yourself that this is what you are. I'm speaking to 50 of you right now. Many of you have went through something that scarred you. And that scar tissue is affecting your belief. What can happen? It's affecting your potential. Someone shot down your dream as a child. Someone didn't endorse you. Someone didn't validate you. Someone didn't speak life into you. Someone didn't encourage you. Someone didn't show up for a basketball game, or someone didn't show up for a football game. Or someone didn't show up for your ballet, or someone didn't show up for soccer, or someone didn't show up for volleyball. Someone violated a precious part of you. And that precious part of you has created a paradigm. Someone stripped you of that innocence. Someone touched you. Someone messed with your head. Someone said something about you. Someone did something to you. Someone did something to make you shift. You were beaten, abused, misused. Somebody did something. Someone stripped you of what made you pure. And you're going through life the same way I did. So you don't know that part about my past, but it's a very dark psychological past that I have. And what you see Spiller say now was not always what I believed about myself. I cursed me. And when your curses turn internal, it's a difference when someone speaks negative about you on the outside, but it's different when that negativity becomes a paradigm on the inside. And you know that something's wrong with you when you start speaking things over yourself that de-edify you. Things like, I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. There's something wrong with me. That's you rehearsing some level of abuse that you didn't escape, some level of thing that was taken from you. When you speak death about you, something's wrong with you. When you call yourself crazy, or when you say, I can't find a good man, or I can't find a good woman, or all men are this and all women are that. No, you're hurt, you're scarred, and you're vibrating in that frequency, and you're attracting that light to you. Why is my money always funny? Because what have you said about money? Money is so sensitive. You have to be so careful what you say about her. Her ego is so fragile. And if you don't think that, ask yourself why she ain't with you right now. She's divorced you. She's not going to take your abuse like your husband or your wife or your kids. Money will just leave and say, I ain't coming back till I get some respect. Put some respect on money's name, and money may show back up at your house when you say evil things about money. Money don't grow on trees. So money for you won't grow on trees. But I think if you study, money does grow on trees. It is paper. It's all perception. And when I realized, when I discovered what was wrong, I fixed it. Will you let me mentor you now? Can I teach you now to break that paradigm, to come out of that system, to come out of that? Can I help you break it? Because that's what it took for me to get here now. I didn't do it the traditional religious way. I freed my mind by letting go what I couldn't control. You know what I couldn't control? What people did to me. Why let something live in your head rent-free when it can't pay a bill? I learned to let people go. I learned to let things go. so that my channel could be open. I can't tell you how much I hate people. And that hatred was only causing me to be deficient, but my hatred was becoming, it was a result of hurt that I never got over, an expectation of a person that I never should have had. I looked for a philosophical answer from a third grader to my proverbial problem between the male and female species. I looked to her for her knowledge to answer the question whether a male can honestly like a female. And she responds back with a proper connotation of saying, even though you're very attractive, I'm just not interested. No. I looked to a third grader to validate an existence. And that one scar created a paradigm that caused me to always rise to a certain level, but fall all the way down to the floor. That trigger. And when I realized what the trigger was, I said, oh my God, Raphael, you're not in the third grade anymore. Raphael, look at you. You're handsome. But I'm overweight. Shut up. You're just plump. Stop it. Stop degrading yourself. Because when you call yourself overweight, you're just going to keep eating. You're just thick. In this season, you're hibernating. But you're going to come out. I will not curse myself. I will not speak death over me. And that's where the paradigm begins to shift. Tonight, here's an outline if you want it. Number one, if you want to start shifting your paradigm to see you, number one, see this. Write this down. You are valuable. You're one of a kind. There's nobody like you but you. And your value is not determined by what's happening on the outside. Your value is within, internal. That's number one. That's when I start breaking through. I stopped giving a damn about what people thought. My God. Whew. I participate in herbal therapy quite often, quite 7 days a week. And I wanted validation from people about my herbal therapy. I no longer need validation from people about their opinions about me. The freedom of knowing that my value comes from God and not man is a deliverance that nobody can ever understand. That when you truly understand, if God can judge you, then only God can judge you. And everybody else just has an opinion. Now I get offended if the opinion really matters. But does it matter? Number one, what's my value? Number two, after I determine my value, I then determine my time. Does me participating in this take away from my value? After value, then time. After value, then time. If I date you, does that devalue me? If I give you my phone number, am I devalued? Did I just give my phone number to the pawn shop? Your relationships. Your relationships. Where you give your time says your value. How many of you would agree that my time depicts my value? Where I give my time is my value. Would you agree with me? Time, value, time. All right, your time is 8 hours a day. That's your value. And I don't care what you say. Your wage is your value. It is not. It's not, Dr. Spiller. It's not. Well, how in the hell have you been there for 20 years? For 10? How did you give them 5 years of your time? When you determine your value, determine your time. Now, time. Who's worthy of my time? Number 3. After I discover, are y'all ready for this? Who's worthy of my time? After I discover who's worthy of my time, number 3, are you ready for this? Your value, personal development. You have to think and grow rich, guys. You have to think and grow rich. So now, see how they work? Value, time, personal development. Value, time, personal development. What is personal development going to do? It's going to ensure that I keep my value. And I won't find myself subjected to something that's beneath me or someone else. So now, what I give you that? Value. Number 2, time. Number 3, personal development. And here's number 4. Here's number 4. I think number 4 is very important. Whatever your belief system is going to tie to that. My belief system is God, so I'm going to talk about that, right? Number 4 is God, which is the one that holds all of them together. If you look at number 4, why went God first? Because he's at the base of the pyramid. You think first is it? No, first is foundation, boo. You need foundation. That's what's wrong. God holds everything together. So then on top of God is my value. On top of God is my time. On top of God is my personal development. Without him, if he's on top, that's why all things are falling off. You understand what I'm saying? God needs to be at the top. He needs to be at the top. That's why ain't nothing holding up. Ain't nothing holding because he at the top. Why don't you just switch it? Why don't you switch today and say, God, be my foundation. So then he holds everything together. And in this, God, what does he do for me? What does he do for me in this, my meditation, to think like him? The scripture says, let this mind be in you. I think like him. I want his thoughts, the thoughts of limitlessness. There's a gentleman making $750,000 a month. That was never heard of. $750,000 a month. Right now, his belief took him to that dimension, but his value determined the dimension. His time created the dimension. His personality and personal development enforced the dimension. You see how all those things work together. Did you see it? And so as a result, when he knows his value, $750,000 a month, that's no money. Are you worth $750,000? Are you really going to seriously tell me you're worth $750,000 a month? You believe that's all you're worth? And if you don't even think to that level, I told my daughters one of their P's I won't talk about. I was very honest with them. I said, make sure. This is a very graphic P, and please take this the right way. I told them about this P. This P is very important. And ladies, please stop acting like this P is not important. And gentlemen, would you please stop acting like this? It may be perverse to some of you, but I'm going to say it, okay? Here it is. Here's the P word that I told him that was very important more than anything else. Make sure he's a provider. That's the P. Yeah. Boo, he can't provide for you. He can't provide for you. You think I make all this money for you to go down to get somebody? I said, sweetie, I told my daughters, boo, be by yourself with good credit. You got enough money. By then, technology would have done something for you. But ain't no need of going down. You can say whatever you want. Provider. And I guarantee you there are about 50 ladies on here that'll say, that P was right. That was a good P. Spiller, that was a good P. That was a good P. How many of you agree that was a good P? Ladies, was that a good P? P, was that a good P? Yeah, there's sevens. Sevens, was that a good P? Okay. I need me some ladies. Sevens, was that a good P? Some of y'all was thinking another P, but that's a whole nother class. But listen. Work that tonight. I hope I gave you something tonight that will challenge you. I want to end this live by telling you, do an inspection. It's 2020. It's 2020, guys. It is 2020. Listen to me. It is 2020. Listen to me. It's 2020. You got 6 freaking months left. Can I help you get rich in mind? The money's coming. I just got to change it. I got to get you to look at that job and say, I got to let you look at that box and say, you may bury it in a box, but it's going to be a big one. I'm going to live in a box, but it's going to be a big one. If I go to the hospital, it's going to be a good one. You can determine your box. Can I ask you a question? What's your box going to look like after this call? You plugged into me? You plugged in our mentorship? You plugged into my trading? Plugged in my program? Are you learning from me? Are you letting me teach you? Come on, man. Look, some of y'all, I don't know. Come on. Together. Together. I have a friend back there. His name is Mike. We're having an interesting conversation today. I won't get into that. I'll get into this. We were talking about some psychological things, just how the mind works, being able to utilize the full capacity of the mind. I don't think that we'll ever get to that in this evolutionary process of humanity, but I will say this. I'll say this. And I'll make sure you hear this. I'll say this. Everything you need is on the inside of you. The only thing you need to do is access it. I want to teach you how. If I have permission to teach you how, type in the number 7 right now for completion. How many people are going to type in 7? If you're on social media right now, you need to be typing in 7. You're on social media right now, we need to connect, guys. Come on. Come on, this is your season, it's your time. They invited you to this because they wanted you to hear someone talk about how to break free. See, most of you think that Forex is just Spiller teaching trading. No, I'm teaching you about how to get rich. I was talking to one of our mentees and I was saying, listen, let's just keep it straight. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's keep it right. Let's keep it honest. Let's keep it real. You can read all the books you want. It is not until you practice it that it becomes a reality. I read a lot of books. And a lot of the stuff I read was BS. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do this. Well, it didn't work for me. Let's put it that way. And then I found something that works. I found out that you could really, literally think and grow rich. You don't hear me. I'm going to say it one more time. When did your life shift? When I discovered that I could think and...
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
If you have a question or would like us to discuss a specific topic, Grace Talks wants to hear from you. You can email us at gracetalks@graceforlife.com. That's grace_talks@grace-4-life.com.
I told you, it was an amazing motivational speech, life-changing, life-altering message. So guess what? You have grown today with a little grace. And you can also become a part of this amazing mentorship to learn more in the different areas that Dr. Spiller teaches and mentors. So if you would like to be a part of the mentorship, you can send us an email and we will make sure to get you connected into the mentorship. But thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. We are so grateful that you took out the time to be a part of us and spend time with us. Once again, please keep our co-host Kay in your prayers as she and her family goes through a trying time, but we know that grace will bring her through. So until next time, when we meet again on Grace Talks, you grow with a little grace.